Okay, hello. This is first, I guess, tutorial of sorts. Sorry. I'm just doing this quick video. Someone on Instagram asked me if I would ever do like a video where I'm talking and kind of breaking down what I'm doing. And I'm not really good at like explaining what I do, but I can kind of walk you through what I do. Also, just like as a disclaimer, I'm not. Oops, sorry. I'm not a professional artist yet. I'm still in school. I still have a lot to learn. But yeah, so I guess here we go. Also, what I'm using to draw on is a Cintiq 12WX, which is one of their older models, but it works. It's good. Okay, so if I'm speaking kind of softly, it's just because my parents and everyone at home is sleeping right now. Okay, so for this one, I just really wanted to do a piece, like an actual, like, I don't want to say elaborate, but put more work into it than what I usually do. I mean, not to discredit myself, but yeah, I might cut a lot of me rambling out of this. So yeah, but anyways, I wanted to see this on one of my favorite movies as a kid and still to this day, which is Labyrinth. Aside from Jurassic Park, because Jurassic Park and Labyrinth are my childhood. I just remember watching it for the first time it was like on Disney Channel or something, and I just remember being super scared of David Bowie, his character, but also still being super like intrigued. If you hear scratching or something in the background, that's just one of the cats I'm cat sitting. He's trying to get in, but he's being super annoying. Anyways, so first, what I do, well, usually I just start with, I do have a reference image up here. Let me show you. I have 3 monitors, so this is one reference image. This one reference image just for Pose and the characters. Obviously, here's David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly. In my favorite scene from the movie, which is the ball scene where he sings "As the World Falls Down." And yeah, so I wanted to do something from this because I've always just really loved this scene. And then the other reference image that I have is this one again of David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly. More so for, I really liked the background for this, so I wanted to implement it. And I already quickly like sketched in the background. Here we go. Super messy, like not even worrying about it because I'm not gonna worry about it right now. But yeah, and also this just for like costumey references and lighting and stuff. So I'm not really going to talk about how I do backgrounds because even still to this day I'm not very good at them, I don't think. So let's get started. I'm also using the program Clip Studio Paint, which is basically Manga Studio 5, but I guess when they brought it overseas they thought that changing the name maybe it would appeal more to the Americans or English speakers, but whatever. So usually what I do is I start sketching with a blue, light blue, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is more just for me to quick and dirty like sketch, and it could be as big as I want, small, whatever, because you can always resize it, which is the beauty of digital art. So I'm just like really sloppily sketching in Sarah or Jennifer Connelly's character. I think for this I might just show you guys just how I do Sarah, just because two characters, like one character just takes me forever, so two just in the background would just be a really long video, because I feel like this is already really long. But anyways, so I just really like wireframe, like not even worrying about it, kind of just like basic shapes, because for this we're gonna go in and do another sketch. Also, I'm going to resize this so I can fit the background on there too. Also, like when you're at this stage, or at least myself, I've come to learn that you like it's not it's not really important to worry about cleanliness or it looking exactly like your photo or whatever it is that you have in mind. For me, like a big part of how I get my, I guess, digital paintings, drawings, whatever you want to call them, to look as neat or whatever as people, I don't know, whatever people have been commenting on Instagram so very nicely. I forgot where I was going with that. But the reason that I get them to look as a-okay as they are on the online, on the Instagrams, is just because I do so much drawing and redrawing of poses and everything. This is freaking looking really freaky. Okay, so then Control T is just the transform tool. I'm gonna turn my background on in a second just so I can see. Okay. So then I think I might resize a little more. Just come down a little. No. Okay, whatever. I'll figure it out along the way. Also, usually I don't usually do thumbnails. I totally should. I feel like a lot of my teachers would be like just like shaking their heads at me like, you just go for it, you're supposed to plan things out. And I don't. I'm a very impatient person. And for me, like I feel like when I do stuff like that, I get pretty great thumbnails, and then the actual piece that I do like doesn't come out the way that that I wanted it to, like it did in the thumbnails. It's a weird thing, which is for me, where the thumbnails are supposed to take away all that, you know, trouble or whatever, and no, it doesn't for me. Let's do this. Okay, I'm not really gonna worry about David Bowie in this one though. I always worry about David Bowie. Okay, so here's like a very quick, very dirty version of this, and this I can tell you right now, this is definitely going to go through a lot of different iterations, just because you know, I don't know, I've drawn a lot of girls in my day, but you know, usually when I attack a new face that I've never really drawn before, that's horrible. It takes me a little bit longer to get used to it. It looks okay. Don't start judging yourself at this point. So I'm gonna lower this, and then I go in, switch the color, and then I go in for a more refined sketch. And this is where you kind of start taking like proportions and things more into consideration, whereas in the blue sketch, or the rough wire sketching, whatever, that's just more for placement, I guess you could say. But yeah, also you don't have to stick to what you drew in the blue, because you know, you might want to change things around, and which is usually what I end up doing. All those kind of drama, getting better. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, basically what the blue stage is, or the rough sketch, sorry, I can't talk. The rough sketch is more for problem solving for yourself. And you, yeah, just figure out all the issues kind of beforehand, before you kind of get into, you know, painting it or coloring it, whatever. This isn't turning out how I want it to look. But this is the same process as I do for everything. But for me, I think what takes, oops, sorry, my eye just, what takes up the majority of my time is that I end up sketching and then resketching, because it's not coming out how I wanted to until it finally does. And sometimes, even if it doesn't, I know I can go in and fix it as I start painting. I probably won't, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna show, maybe I will. Maybe I'll show a little bit of it, just because, just so I can get started on this. But, sorry, my eye itches again. I totally forgot where I was going with where I was talking. I'm sorry if this seems so like I'm out of it. I swear to God, I'm not on drugs or anything, or I don't know, drunk. At least not today. But yeah, so, oh God, she looks so scary. Ooh. I'm just a very spacey person. I have the attention span of a goldfish, and I suck at concentrating. Just why school is very hard for me, because I get so impatient just waiting for being told what to do or whatever. Just I don't like it. So yeah, I'm just going in and trying to fix her face. It's starting to look better-ish. Yeah, so I'm still looking at that reference picture that I showed you, the first one that I showed you at the beginning. So like I said, I do have 3 monitors going. So I have this one that I'm drawing on right now on my Cintiq. I have the monitor that is, you know, attached to my laptop, and then I have another monitor just attached to my laptop. So I do have multiple windows and things going on, like so it just makes it easier for me to multitask. And that's not to say that you need like multiple monitors when you first start out. Like, that's, no, absolutely not. It took me a long time to have multiple monitors, and I've always had you know, the monitors to do it, just never had the need. But you know, as I've improved my art and became more of a shut-in, I found a need for more monitors. Isn't that fantastic? But yeah. So, I need to also point out that I'm not gonna, I don't want anyone to think this is me teaching because I can't, I would never say I'm a teacher for anyone or about anything. I'm not. I feel like I'm well versed enough where I can show someone and be like, hey, do this and this and this, and you know, this is how I achieve this. This is more, I don't want to say it's like a tutorial, it's really, I don't know, it's just showing my process slowed down, because all the other videos that someone asked about, you know, obviously they're like sped up, and I wasn't talking, it's just music. And yeah, so this is just my awkward talking and cat scratching in the background. Okay. Yeah, okay. So let's do. Alright. I fucking hate that. Sorry. Bleep myself out in post. She looks so sad. I'll fix that later. Okay, so for now we're just gonna have Sarah here. She has a giant ring. Also in this stage I don't really worry about like individual fingers, not yet. Also this is more as a demo, yeah, let's call it a demo of my work progress. I'm honestly probably gonna go back after this video is up and restart it, because right now I'm not really happy with how she's looking. Also, I would need to go in and draw David Bowie too, because if you have multiple characters and multiple things going on, you should honestly work on them all at the same time. Not obviously like take your time drawing one character and then do the next one and then do the refined drawings at the same time. So I'm just drawing Jennifer Connelly right now, and yeah, I'm probably gonna take this and also, sorry, what was I? I was like trying to think of like what I was gonna say. I do have shortcuts on my Cintiq just programmed into it already, so I don't have to reach up on my keyboard and press anything, except for some of them like Command D or Control D. Which is the deselect tool, or the lasso, or whatever. But yes, Clip Studio Paint is very, it's, how do we explain it? It's, I guess, very close to, sorry, I was gonna say Colorize, but those are pencils. It's very close to Painter or Corel Painter, which, if you don't know, it's another software for digital painting and drawing and such things like that, which is this little icon right here. And the brushes and colors and everything work pretty close to what it's like in real life, but obviously nothing's ever gonna be that. So, but yeah, I really love Clip Studio Paint. I actually kind of bought it on a whim. There's this one artist that I really liked who used it, and I saw how great her digital paintings came out, and she really raved about it, and I was just like, what the heck, I'll just try it. And I had just gotten, well, not just gotten, but I think that same year I got Corel Painter, which I also really liked, but I was just like, I'm gonna try this, and I'm glad I did, because I really like it, and that's what I use on all of my stuff. Sometimes I'll go back to Corel Painter. I just messed everything up. Oh no, everything is happening. Okay, so just control delete on the list. Whatever. I'll fix this later. Anyways, I'm gonna keep fixing that if I don't stop myself. Okay, so now at this point, let's just pretend this looks pretty okay. And I'm really happy with it, or you're really happy with your drawing. At this point, I'm going to turn off the blue sketch, or also get rid of it too, because I don't need it anymore. And so I'll turn off this background sketch. And then this is your red sketch. I usually don't name my layers anymore, just because I'm so used to working on one layer. Because I'll show you what I'm gonna do right now. But you should, especially like if you're not really used to layers, or you get a lot going on and you're not very comfortable using one layer yet, which, you know, I don't blame you, because it's very daunting, at least for me, like when I first started. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is make another layer underneath the sketch layer. So here's another sketch layer. And so I made this one, and then I'm going to go ahead and do pick some colors for the actual piece. If my voice sounds like it's cracking, it's because it is. And then I'm just gonna go in with a brush that's not the pencil brush, and go ahead and fill in the colors that I need to. Wow, I really need to fix this. Anyways, so there's this. Oh, that's her skin, and then anywhere else where you see skin, just her hand. Again, you don't really have to worry about like perfect placement or anything at this point. Don't like kind of like hurt yourself over wanting perfection, especially in the early stages, because that's just not. No, it's just not no. Let's see, her dress is kind of like a pearl color, like off-white pearl. I don't know, let's do that. And then someone was asking me how I choose my colors when I do paint. I need to make this brush bigger. What am I doing? When I do my paintings or whatever, and it's honestly just almost instinctual. I don't want to sound like super, I don't know, pompous or whatever, but it kind of is, just because I've had it drilled into my head so many times at school, and I've had to do multiple homework assignments I have to do with colors that go together. I don't know if I really like this color. I don't know if I'll add colors to it. But yeah, no, I've had classes that I took that were just specifically, I'm just putting I'm just putting the colors that I used right here on the side. But yeah, I've had classes where I had to do assignments that were just about colors, and the amount of swatches that I've had to make for that one specific class, which is called Color and Design, and all you do in that class is paint with gouache. You do swatches and swatches and swatches and swatches until you actually finally get to be creative towards like the, I don't know, like midterms and stuff. And it's like, and for me that class was a pain, not only because it just, all the swatches that we had to do, but just because we were, for a long time, we were just not allowed to really be creative, and I don't like that. Like, Those of you who don't know, I am studying to be a visual development, which is, well, sorry, like zoning in here, which is like character design, environment design, just basically pre-production for you know what I might do to the dress? Sorry, pre-productions for film and TV, like animations and stuff. I'm gonna change the color of the dress to this purpley color, just because like the off-white was just like too matchy with her skin. Also in the picture, it has like this iridescent, like there's like this yellowy in there, but it's also like purpley. If you find that picture, you'll know what I'm talking about, or if you've ever seen her dress, it's like iridescent kind of. But else we're gonna add different colors in here. Alright, so just put that there. Okay, so also I do, you might see on my Instagram, I do little dots or circles or whatever of the colors that I'm using. Usually just I pick a color and go, and then I just kind of put it over here to the side just so I can use the color picker later on and be like boop, 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 here's what I need, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now what you're gonna do, or what I do, is take this red sketch layer and I put the opacity down probably about there. I don't honestly, there's not a specific number, I just do it till it's like pretty light but I can still see it. And then take my mouse here, then I right click and then go to combine to layer below. And so now we can start painting. So what I'm going to do, just as a quick demo, I'm not actually going to keep the sketch, I don't think. But, so there we go. What I'm going to do is take, let's start with her face first. I'm going to take, actually, sorry, I keep changing my mind because I'm just like all over the place. Going to grab a light yellow, almost white color and go ahead and add these highlights in. So I'm still looking at my reference photo, and also let me just like as a PSA, like using reference photos is fine. What is not fine is tracing and copying. Now the difference between using a reference and and copying is, for me, is I think like using a reference is kind of giving you a point of reference, like for, you know, anatomy or poses that you can't really come up with in your head, or you can't really figure out in your head, because sometimes, you know, the human body is a very complex and difficult bastard of a thing to draw. And, you know, I've had to take classes just like in color. Like I've taken multiple classes where, you know, it's first, you know, you have to figure out the form, and not like the human body, like form of just objects in general, and then you have to go and then do the nude body, and then after that, then you have to do the clothed figure, and then, you know, heads and hands, and it's a whole freaking just mess. You know, and some people like can just figure it out, like whatever, but I personally was not one of them, so do not feel discouraged, because even to this day my hands still really suck. But I kind of like disguise them or whatever. So yeah, don't feel bad. So what I'm doing here is kind of trying to fix my mistakes while I'm going, which kind of defeats the purpose, is what I told you guys at the beginning. Don't do as I do, do as I say. Where where your blue sketch is supposed to be like where you solve all your problems before you start doing this. But the method that I do while I paint kind of allows me to make mistakes. I'll show you. Well, I'll show you in a second. So here right now I'm just like adding all the highlights. So I did all that to her face, and it just looks like she has a bunch of gunk on her face, which is fine. I'll fix it in a second. I'm going to add some in her hair. The highlights are honestly really where the hair kind of just comes alive. And this is what I was talking about, like taking classes on like the form and everything, because even your hair has form, especially if you curl it or it is curly or whatever. It just gives it movement and stuff instead of just being like this shape of, I don't know, Lana Del Rey, whatever. So I'll put this yellow there. Okay, and then this dress. Okay, so again, still looking at my reference photo, and I'm just gonna go in and just add in all the highlights. Like, don't even worry about it. Just don't think about it. I mean, kind of think about it, but go with it. That's like one thing that kind of, I just remembered, like a teacher was like, I don't know if it was that coloring design teacher who said like, who kind of just draws like absent-mindedly or whatever. And I just remember raising my hand, and like some other people did too. And they were like, oh, well, you guys are doing it wrong. And I was just like, what the heck? And I don't know, like, I just kind of, I don't remember who the teacher was, but like that teacher just went on to tell us how it was wrong. You have to draw with a purpose, and where I do agree to an extent. It's also like, just kind of, I don't know, don't think, just do. But you know, and then I also, here's just my thoughts, so I'm gonna go on a little ramble. While you are just kind of letting your hand to the drawing, also like, well, where was I going with this? Sorry. While you while you're kind of just drawing, just aimlessly, is that the right word? While you're kind of just drawing, without a care, you also keep in mind things, but keep things in mind that are like the rules of like design and color and stuff like that. But I feel like after you've learned these things really well, it just kind of becomes such second nature. So like, you are thinking about these things subconsciously, but you're not as slow as you once were. Okay, so now she did that, I'm just gonna go in with her skin color, just picked up over there, and go in with a different brush and start blending it out. So the reason that I like combining, I don't think I explained why I liked combining my layers after I did the color or whatever, to the red, just because normally I am painting or drawing a person, so the red goes pretty well with like the skin, and it kind of adds little tiny red tinges to it, making it making the person look more alive, a little more realistic. Well, I'm not gonna say like my style is completely realistic. It's more, I don't know, comic booky or something. That's what I've been told. I've been told it's very comic booky, but I don't know. I mean, it kind of makes sense just because, I mean, I wanted to be a comic book artist. And now I'm just kind of like, I don't think so. So yeah, but, gosh, see this, I keep getting in the zone of like doing this, and then I get lost in thought, and I'm just like, where was I going with any of my words? It's like that quote from The Office where he's like, where Michael is like, you know, sometimes I just talk and I don't know, sometimes I'm talking and I don't know what I'm talking about, and I just kind of hope my words find where they're going. That is exactly me. Okay, so you saw that I kind of blended her nose out of existence, just because I did not like what was going on there. And I'm going to draw her nose in again in a second. So here with the highlights, I'm just where I usually put them. Right now I'm just following the picture, but I'm probably going to do the lighting a lot different when I actually do this. I was thinking this. Oh, sorry. So just a little tip about like where I personally put the highlights, apart from following the picture, is also just the highest points on the face. So like forehead, the what is this, the bridge of the nose, and then the tip of the nose, and then cheekbones, this bit, it's like right above your jawline. I'm like, wait, what is this? I took an crochet class, I should know what everything is, but I totally did not pay attention. So anyways, and also like I always do like the top of the ear, and then this little flesh of your lobe, and then your what is this called, tragus, is that what it's called? So I don't remember. Also like right here above the mouth, and then chin, and yeah. But okay, so I'm gonna go in and going to sample, just take the hair, it's close, so then look at Jennifer Connelly's nose and go in and do that. And her nose, oops, her nose, she has a very white girl face because she is a white girl. And I just noticed like a lot of these actresses that I draw, they have that big baby forehead with this slope. It's like baby slope. I don't know how to explain it. And yeah. So then there, mouth. Just smiling in the picture. Of course, I would too if I was dancing with Jareth. Gave her a very Disney forehead. I don't like that. Not that there's anything wrong with the Glen Keane style. He is a genius. Personally, I just don't like it. And when I draw it, I don't know. Like, he can draw like a wizard, but I really don't know what a wizard draws like, but apparently it's Glen Keane. But I am not a fan of people trying to emulate the Glen Keane style, which is basically what I'm drawing right now, without not really intending to. Where it's like the, sorry, oops, I switched colors. Where it's like the, at least in profile, it's like the tiny little nose, whatever. Oh my gosh, what's happening? And like the big old eyeball, it's like, wait. You know what I'm talking about? That looks horrible. Oh god, okay. It looks like what I'm trying right now. Just look, there we go. That's what it is. Sorry. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Because I know, like, everyone and their mother tries to draw like that, and I'm just personally not a fan. But I, to a certain extent, I understand, because, I mean, I really can't talk crap, because, you know, obviously when I was starting out, you know, I wanted to draw like Glen Keane. I wanted to be Glen Keane, but there's only one Glen Keane. First of all. Second of all, art is about finding your own style. I don't even know how long this video is going right now, but we'll see. I'll end up Oh, it's already like 30 minutes. Oh my gosh. See, this takes me a long time. I'm gonna keep filling with that. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna move on. But yeah, I'll fix her in a second. So yeah, I don't like the big old eyeballs. Personally. Just because I don't know. I don't like when I draw it. I've done it and it just looks Glen Keane, which, you know, if you are, you know, an aspiring, you know, professional artist or whatever, it's kind of frowned upon to do that, you know, especially because I know everyone wants to work for Disney, which, you know, it being one of the biggest studios in the world, it's very hard and very competitive to get in there. Trust. But it's also kind of like, you know, say you do want to work there and then all you do is, you know, Glen Keane style, quote unquote. You know, it just kind of shows like you almost kind of like kissing butt a little bit, just because everyone tries to be like, oh, you know, I can redo this, I can do Glen Keane, whatever, you know, and you know, obviously he doesn't work at Disney anymore. He has his own thing going on now, but yeah, it just shows almost in a way like saying you don't have originality, without it sounding really harsh. So, you know, it's cool to want to emulate someone because you think they're awesome, but it's also cooler to show your own unique style, I think. But yeah, that's just personally me. I'm not a fan of that, and you shouldn't try to be someone else. You should be yourself. I know it sounds really cheesy, but that's how I feel. Oh, okay, her face is starting to look a lot better. After the whole thing. Yeah, her eyeball was huge. Okay, so got her face in. Let me show you how I do her hair. Obviously this is not gonna be the final thing. I still have a lot of colors to go in and add. But I just wanted to show you how to start blending, and then I'm gonna show you how to start and blend the hair. So I added in the highlights, kind of. So I got that going on, and then, okay, so then this, her hair color, if you look over here, it's kind of like a red orange brown color, like a dark red orange brown. See where my mouse is pointing over here, the color wheel. So taking color and design, what is the opposite of orange? And you can literally, sometimes I do this where just be like, okay, I'm at this color, what's directly across it? It's blue color. But usually I tend to go like over here, like, I don't know, I really like this blue better. Like, this is, it's like neon-y and I don't like it. Or I don't know. So I usually tend to go over here to more of a blue, and so I'm going to take out 2 colors. So I'm actually make this a little darker just because it's the same value as her hair. And then I'm gonna just put this here for a second, and then gonna go in a little darker, and maybe they look the same to you, but if you look really closely, this one is darker than this one. See? Yep. Okay. And I'm not going to teach you guys about value just because, again, that was a whole other class that I begrudgingly took, but I'm glad I took it. So, we still have our little red lines in here, and again, still looking at the picture, and I haven't added her little headdress thing or whatever. So I'm just looking where it's darkest, and right now I'm just taking B2 dark blue that was closer to the hair color that she already has. I'm just adding this in kind of sloppily. And just going in wherever the dark parts are, and then I'll add after all the hair is done, then I'll go in and add the blah, 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 tiara, headdress, ornament, hair thing. So yeah, I'm just looking and then adding this in, blah, blah, blah. And I think I need to go and grab, excuse me, her actual hair color. Okay. I think I made her hair a little longer than it actually is. That's fine. Okay. So then go smaller. So yeah. I totally forgot what I was talking about before that, but yeah. So at this point, when I sloppily add in this, I kind of go in with the dark color, start kind of just making strokes into the highlighted area, just to kind of make it look more more hair-like and less like a pile of well, poo, I guess. Just kind of like feathering it out. And you're probably wondering why I'm not using the other brush that I used to smooth out like these highlights on her face, and that is because it just does not give me the same effect that I do with this harder edge brush. Now, this may sound stupid to some of you, but before I would always be like so confused why people would, or how people use like the hard edge brush like to blend stuff in. I'm just like, what kind of madness is this? But now doing working on here, I'm just like, oh, I get it now. But also this brush, while it is a hard edge brush, which is just the oil paint flat brush on Clip Studio Paint, it is also it does emulate oil paint, so it does, while it is a hard edge brush, it still moves the colors around together. I think I might get rid of like this, yeah. So just when I point my pen away, it like jumps between the eraser and the thing. So to iterate again, I am using a Cintiq. I do have my most used shortcuts programmed into my Cintiq, so I just have buttons here on the side that I press, and yeah, then it kind of just does it for me, and it's just kind of muscle memory at this point. And yeah, so it's starting to kind of look like hairs. You guys see that? I'm not from Texas, just so you know. Sorry, or not from the South. I'm not trying to be statist or whatever. But yeah, so there's that. I think hair is one of my favorite parts of this now. Before, I used to hate doing hair. Like I like doing it when I would just draw in pencil and stuff, because I knew how to get it to look the way that I wanted to. But then I don't know, something clicked one day and I was like, hey, my hair looks kind of like hair. And it's all about not doing, okay, quick example over here. I mean, you kind of see me doing these strokes or like this, or like more so like curving around the whatever, the head here. And you know, I've learned that while taking those classes again, the more, I mean, when you look at a person, you're not going to see all these like different individual strands. If anything, you know, you'll have like an individual strand that's like teeny tiny, that's like flying in the wind or two or something like that. Yeah, so the key, at least that I found, let's take our example here because it's bigger. I'm just going to use that yellow that I used to highlight here and here. Just put it right here. Just extend the ones in the middle. Why do I do that? I don't know. Just because it looks good. And usually like brighten up the center. So then I take that blue, black, whatever, that dark blue, and kind of just do like streaks in it. So it kind of masks the whole like streaky whatever, but it still has like a texture of hair. You know, you see it? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Okay, whatever. So, I don't know if that, I told you I'm not the best at explaining. So, there's that. And then, I could do this hair forever, but I'll show you how I do this dress, because someone asked me about the Princess Amidala, or sorry, not Princess Amidala, oh my god, for shame, I'm gonna kick myself out of the kingdom. The Queen Amidala painting that I did, and I'll try to superimpose that in the video and post so you guys can see what I'm talking about if you don't know what I'm talking about. I did like this thing where it was like this texture where here, like pull up another color where it was gold. Let's see, like this is her gold tiara crown thing ornament that she had in her hair, because Amidala always had like really cool ornaments in her hair. But yeah, so I did this thing where, and it wasn't even the finished thing because it's not done yet, where she had like, it's like a speckled type of thing that someone was asking me about, and that literally, I'm showing you right now what I'm doing. It's not even done yet. I haven't even blended that or whatever, but what it really is just me doing these speckles or whatever to make it look like sparkles. But yeah. Yeah, someone was like, how'd you get the texture? Just little dots here and there. See, they just hiccuped. So I'm gonna try and do that here with her poofy dress business that she's got going on here. So, okay, try and redo that. In the picture, it looks like, oh god, there's like so many colors. It's like lighter color of this, lighter of this lavender, whatever, purple color, this light violet, whatever color, and then it's like this little more pearl color towards like this part of her dress. So let's see. Okay, so switching over to more blue color because that's like it's over here. And someone, to that person who asked about the color palettes and how I get them, this is, you're witnessing how it happens. I don't like using other people's color palettes. I don't know. I mean, which isn't to say like you can't. Like you totally go for it. Like you've seen people that like that have done the meme where it's like, send me a color in my inbox, or send me a number or whatever, and I'll do this color palette or something like that. And you know, they've done awesome stuff. I just personally don't like to, because I like to choose my own colors, you know, and sometimes I just don't like the color palettes. But you know, if I see something and I really like the colors that are incorporated, then I won't do like color picking or anything, just because it just doesn't, I don't know, like I feel like it doesn't work out or something. Like it just, I don't know, it kind of makes you not use your brain when you're doing it. It's back to the thing where we're talking about drawing senselessly. It just kind of doesn't make you think about the colors that you're using, you know? I don't want that. I want to pick my colors, because it honestly is very easy. Like, once you learn about it and you've implemented it into your own work, which is the way that I really learned it, was, you know, apart from having hours of classwork and painting rigorously in class, you know, and me being super exhausted and hating life about painting, like, just really not stuff that piques my interest. You know, I would go home and just paint, just implement what I learned in my own work. And I think that that's honestly the best way for you to learn, because you take something that, you know, your mind kind of put a negative connotation to, and you just kind of just do it. Just kind of be like, hey, I'm gonna paint my character this way, or I'm gonna paint my character this other way, or whatever. You want to use these colors because you know the rules, or whatever. And that's honestly another thing too, that once you know the rules of how to, you know, of like the rules, let's say for example, of color theory, then you'll also learn, sorry, let me gather my thoughts here. Like, once you learn that, then you'll also know how to break the rules, in a sense, but in a way where they still work. This is still too late, I need a little darker, okay. So yeah. Now, just kind of looking how it looks on my other monitor. It looks interesting. Okay, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so another example, I guess, about learning the rules, even though that sounds kind of lame and tedious, and that's totally what I thought before I went to the school that I'm going to now. But once you learn the rules, like I said, you can break them in a way where it isn't displeasing to the eye, because you know, even though not everyone on the planet knows how to draw well, you know, everyone makes that, oh, I can't even draw a stick figure, which, you know, I feel like people say that, but it's not true. Like, I'm sure if you sat down and tried to draw a stick figure, you probably could. There's not much to a stick man. And oh gosh, I don't even remember what it was. Okay, sorry. Even though people say that they don't know how to draw the human eye, or just humans in general, we, you know, especially when it comes to things that we see day to day, or that our brain knows very well, like a person. You know, if you, let me see, let me take a break here and draw another example. You know, if you were to draw, let's see, let's draw that. Sorry, if anyone draws manga or anime style, whatever you want to call it, this is not to be mean. You know, say, here's my little anime person. So if you were to draw, gosh, I don't even know how to do like those anime eyes, but what are they, like this or something? I personally don't watch anime that much. Let's say. I mean, I used to in middle school. Or whatever. I feel like okay. Or if you do one that's like, gosh, I'm trying to think of like how to make it look horrible, and I'm just like, do you how do? Sounds so pompous. Okay, whatever. Well, here, let's say that. Let's say that. The human mind will know that's like something's wrong. Here, wait. Let's make it up there. And I'm not just saying that that's like all, manga style or anything, because there are people who can draw it and it's just super beautiful. But if you draw something like where like the eyes are off, or like the nose is off, or I don't know, perspective or something, like, or if you draw like one less finger, I don't know, like you draw something that just does not look right, people are gonna be like, something is off. I can't tell what it is. I know something is off. I just don't even want to look at this abomination, this kawaii abomination that I'm drawing. But yeah, people will know. They might not know exactly what it is, but people will know. And then obviously people who are artistes will know. I'm not even going to do that hand because I still need to draw Jareth. So I'm looking at it now, and actually really liking it. Like, I really like how her face came out. I still need to obviously go in there and like add more colors and stuff and do her hair. But yeah, so what I was doing here while I was just rambling is going in and adding like shadows and kind of like just different colors to go in there, because this purple, oops, purple was our base, and then this yellow is our, just call it a highlight. I don't know why I said that. It is a highlight. And then this is just kind of, there's part of the shadow, but it's just like another color that was I guess like refracted light or something, probably from maybe something like over here or whatever that was blue, or maybe because David Bowie's over here. It's David Bowie. And it's David Bowie in his fancy suit. And he has like a little blue gems, just like sparkle, 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 right there. And maybe like cast it on here, and like I need to put this color over here. And maybe some of you are like, that's purple. This is like a blue, almost like a blue violet right here. Very bright light. So yeah, I don't know if my ramblings like even helped any of you, but I really hope it did. I don't know. Maybe I'll continue this. Here, let me zoom out. So this is basically, let's ignore my weird anime, whatever that is. This is just a very, very quick and dirty me rambling, trying to help y'all. If this helped you, good. If not, I'm so sorry that you just watched this for no reason. But yeah, so it's basically my process. Let me recap for a second, because I feel like some of you are probably just like, what the hell did you just talk about for like an hour? It's not an hour for you, it's an hour for me. So basically gosh, I don't want to say like step, because that means like, I feel like, ugh, gosh, whatever. Like, so my first step is blue, sketch. Do a sketch. And then do a, I guess, more of a refined sketch, or maybe like a rough sketch. No, this will be rough. I don't know what I was writing there. Rough, and then some other refined one. 3 is that base color. Underneath, base colors underneath number 2. Then 4 would be combine number 2 and 3. Combine number 2 and 3 layers. Basically just turn the opacity down on number 2 and combine it to the base color. And then step 5 is just highlight. If I spell something wrong, I'm sorry, I'm illiterate. Highlight and shadows and render. Also just like refine and refine some more. So yeah, so those are the steps. I don't know if this helped any of you. I hope it did. I said I was gonna add in her little swirly do here, and I didn't, and I just kind of rambled about whatever nonsense, I don't know. So I'm gonna go and edit this, and maybe one day I'll post something that makes more sense. But yeah, so I hope this helped you on some level. Again, like I said, this wasn't a tutorial. Excuse me, oh my gosh. This is a tutorial. This is just me attempting to help. But I'll see you guys later. So thank you for watching. Bye.